This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away in permanent slumber.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Blake, and today I'm going to be doing a guitar lesson for This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco off of their album Too Rare to Live, Too Rare to Die. As always, all tabs will be included in the description below, and they'll come up on screen right here or somewhere to help you get through this easier. And there'll be a cover down there as well, so if you get confused on anything going on here, you can always cross-reference to what's going on in the actual song and what's being played. So this song only has two parts. It's a pretty easy one. There's a chorus and a post-chorus that's actually going on guitar. So this song, first off, is in drop D, so it's going to be standard for everything but your first string, where you're just going to drop that down a full step. So we're just going to be going over the tone I'm going to be using for this cover. I'm using a Les Paul mainly for the humbucker and the bridge, which is going to give it a nice bitey tone. So I'm just going into a crunch channel, and it sounds like this with no effects on it. That's fine by itself, but I like to add a little more top end into my guitar tone. I'm just going to be using a Ibanez tube screamer on the top, gains at the 0, tones at the 10. And with that tube screamer in, it's going to sound like this. As you can see, it adds a lot more high end and gives it a little bit more punch to it. So let's get into the chorus of the song. So it's all going to be based around open strings, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, and the 9th fret. So there are two unique phrasings in the chorus. The first one loops twice and the second one loops twice as well, so it's pretty easy to figure out. So we're going to go over the first phrasing. This one's going to start in an open string, go to the 2nd fret, go to the 9th fret, and then the 7th. So the first passage through is just going to be straight 8th notes strummed up and down. So it's going to sound like this to start. It's just straight 8th notes, very simple. But on the second one, where you go to the 2nd fret, you're going to want to skip the first 8th note and mute the strings, either using the flesh side of your palm, bridge, or using your left hand to come down on the string. It's going to sound like this. So you're going to want to jump that first downstroke and come in on that upstroke, so you keep your strumming very fluid and it makes sense. The second part of that first phrase is going to use that exact same strumming pattern, so once you have that down, you can easily just transpose it up to the 9th fret, where you're going to do the same thing, strum through for the full bar, all 8 notes like this. And again, you're going to do that pause and then jump from the 9th to the 7th in one bar and cut it halfway down the middle, so it's going to sound like this. Keys down to that first part. So you're going to want to loop that around one more time to get the first part of the chorus down. So it's going to sound like this all put together. So for the second part of the chorus, it's going to be the same idea, but you're not going to be doing that mute. You're just going to be strumming through everything. So in that sense, it's a little bit easier. So this one's going to go from the 5th fret, open, 7th, and then 9th, 7th. So let's go over that second phrasing. It's going to be 5 straight through, open string straight through, 7th fret straight through, and then 9th to 7th halfway through. And so to piece it all together, it's going to sound like this. And again, you're going to want to repeat that twice, and that's going to make up the full chorus. So all together, it's going to sound like this. And that's it for the chorus. Let's move on to the post-chorus. This one's a lead part, and it's going to take place on the 5th and 6th strings between the 10th and 14th fret. So you're going to want to approach the 5th and 6th strings on the 10th fret and bar using your index finger and just going flat across the two strings. So it's going to sound like this when you play those strings. So you're going to want to hold those both down, as it's going to be based off of those two notes. So the picking pattern for this one is just going to go back and forth between the 6th and 5th string like this. It's very simple, and you're going to want to repeat that picking pattern the entire way through. So that 10th fret on the 5th string is going to remain constant, but you're going to be moving between the 10th, 12th, and 14th on the 6th string. The way I like to do this is bar with my index finger on the 10th, and then use my ring on the 12th, and my pinky on the 14th. And so the pattern you're going to be using here is going to go 10th, 12th, 14th, 12th. And you're going to want to pick between the 10th and those respective notes. So slow is going to sound like this. And it is pretty fast if you're a beginner. You may have a little bit of trouble with it, but it's going to sound like this at the speed. So again, once you break it down to its components, it's pretty easy because you're just bouncing between the 5th and 6th strings and coordinating which note off of the other. So to break it down, you're going to want to go 10th, 10th, 12th, 10th, 14th, 10th, 12th, 10th, and then 10th, 10th again. So again, slow, it'll sound like this. And that's pretty much all you need to know for this song. It's a pretty easy one with 2 little sections. Other than that, you can pretty much do whatever you want within the key of D to this song and make up pretty much your own parts. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more tutorials for whatever songs I will end up covering, hit the subscribe button on both channels. Thank you for watching.